Welcome everyone. Have a seat that it's comfortable. Hi, I'm Karina Lambert. I teach at the studio at the JCC regularly, and this is a 1-hour yoga class. I hope you are all doing well and that you're safe at home. Today, the philosophical aspect that I'm choosing as part of our intention for the practice today is a concept that the word is svadhyaya. Svadhyaya is usually translated as self-study. Self-study is also understood as introspection. So I'm going to share a little bit about this aspect that I think can help us a lot in these times. So first, a quote from Martha Graham, a very famous dance choreographer and teacher, that says, "Whether it means to learn to dance by practicing dancing or to learn how to live by practicing living, the principles are the same. One becomes, in some area, an athlete of God." So this is very much the meaning of this concept that we use in yoga. And it means that at life, the more we bring this quality of introspection, of self-observance, and of attentiveness into our reactions, our patterns, the way we respond to things, the more we bring wisdom and we get to know ourselves better and we get closer and closer to what we call our higher self. So svadhyaya is understood as an active way of learning, right? So it's not that I'm just sitting and I'm far from the teaching, but what I'm doing is to use everyday life, every situation, as like if it's a book that I'm learning something about it. So any situation that I'm faced with and any challenge, like now we are in a challenging time, can be an opportunity to move closer to our own essence. That's it. What I wanted to say is that the more we practice day-to-day reflection, the more we can break the chain of subconscious reactions, and the more we observe and we inquire, we can understand ourselves more and more. So for today's practice, the invitation is to sit tall, let your palms rest on your lap, close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so, and take a moment taking a deep breath in through the nose and a big exhale through your mouth. And then do that a couple more times to settle. Let your sitting bones relax, let your spine lift, soften your shoulders. Imagine a tall line that comes from the bottom of your pelvic floor up through the spine, all the way up to the crown of your head, further up to the skies. And as you keep that spine active, invite the skin to soften. Even if you are new to this practice, just trying out today, or you've been practicing for long, the invitation today is to think what this practice of yoga has taught you about yourself. What have you learned from yourself through this practice? And as you ask yourself that question, even if you're new, you can perhaps invite the thought of what do you think you will learn from yourself, and use that quality that you find as part of your practice. Visualize that positive quality that you want to embody and make it part of your intention as we bring our palms together, inviting the thumbs to rest in front of the heart center and taking a moment there entering this journey towards the self. As I usually do in my classes, we'll open with the Om sound one time. If you choose to join, deep inhalation through the nose first, big exhale through the mouth, then breathing in again. If you want to choose someone to dedicate your practice, perhaps someone who is in need of your love, your strength, or your positive quality today, visualize that being, and then bringing our heads down to the heart and the hands, we bring those qualities and that being into the heart center. Releasing the palms, lifting the head, opening the eyes. Again, welcome and thank you so much for being here. Today we're going to start sitting as we are. You can change the position of your legs if it's uncomfortable. You can extend the legs. You can paddle your knees if you need. And we'll take a belt to start. So what I'm going to do with the belt is to fold it in two. And we are going to just hold it wide. Okay, any belt, anything that you have at home can help. This is super good for shoulders to open up. And I'm going to say what I'm doing, so I'm going to look like I'm going opposite. But what we're going to do here is to inhale, bring the arms up. Then I'm going to internally rotate my left shoulder and arm as I bring it back, and I extend the right arm over the head. And I'm trying to push that belt far away from me. And then I'm coming back, inhaling, internally rotating the right arm. I'm going to bring it back, and the left arm goes up over the head. And again, inhaling, exhale, bring that belt behind you. Inhale, exhale, internal rotation for that right arm. Good. Keep going a few times. I'll tell you a few things as we keep moving. Inhaling and exhaling. As you keep doing this, see that you can keep your arms straight and also try to keep your spine tall, the chin off the chest. And notice if your ribs are popping out. If they are, see if you can lengthen them towards your pelvis and bring them in a little. Okay, we'll go just a couple more times. Inhaling, exhale. One more. Inhale, exhale. Good, then we return, inhaling and exhaling. We release the belt. Roll your shoulders a few times, inhaling, doing circles, one direction first. 3 times minimum. Good. And then reversing, another 3. They don't have to be big circles. An opportunity to learn about yourself, notice any sensations there or sensitivity that will inform your practice. Good. We keep moving. From here, we are going to use our arms this time. We are going to bring the left arm in front. We are going to externally rotate. You can use your right hand to rotate that arm out. Your left palm should be pointing up to the ceiling or facing up. And then keeping that, I'm going to extend that left arm up, bend the elbow, and bring that left hand behind your chest. Wherever it lands, it's fine. With the right arm, I'm going to catch the left elbow, bring the head back. So I'm again keeping the chin off the chest. And I'm pulling that that left elbow in and a little bit back. So left elbow in and a little bit back as I'm also pressing with the head. Relax your jaws, breathe in and out here. Again, notice if your ribs are popping out. See if you can bring them gently in, connecting more into the core. Breathe in and out a few times. See if you can firm your hip bones towards the center of your body. Good. And then on your next in-breath, release both and let them go down. Shake a little. Good, we'll go with the second side. Right arm comes in front of you. Turn your palm to face up to the ceiling. I'm using my left hand also to create that external rotation in the upper arm bone. I'm sending that right arm up. I'm bending the elbow and I'm letting that hand rest or palm wherever it is that it lands. With the left hand, I'm going to bring the elbow in, pressing with the head gently back. And noticing if my ribs are widening a lot or expanding. See if you can gently bring them in and down. Breathe a few times. One more full breath here, softening the skin in the face. And then slowly we release both arms, letting it go, shake it a little again. Good, one more here. Let's again send the arms in front, lace your fingers, press your palms against the wall in front of you and let the shoulder blades go wide. Press and push and make your arm bones straight. And then from there, one inhalation, we send the arms up overhead. Extend through the sides, again, ribs in. Bring the ears to be in line with your upper arm bones. One more breath. And then exhale, release. I lied, there's one more that I almost forgot. So now we are going to lace the fingers behind the lower back, roll your shoulders and bring your shoulder blades towards each other. If you can, extend the arms a little further away from your sacrum or from your lower back without popping the ribs out. So keep the ribs in, extend the arms behind you, and then you're going to bring both hands the way they are towards your left hip. And you're going to let them sit there. And you're going to create a little bit of a tug of war between the two palms. So they are pushing into each other. And I'm going to tilt my head towards the same side where I have my hands, which is the left. So I'm going to let the left ear come towards the left shoulder. Breathe in and out for 3. Soften the face, soften your jaws. Notice that right side in your neck. Then we slowly come back. We release the arms behind. Just change the position of your thumb. So the thumb that is on top, switch it. I'm doing that behind my back. Again, I'm rolling my shoulders, extending through the arms, lifting the spine, ribs in. And then from there, if you can, lift the arms and the palms a little bit away from your lower back and see if you can bring both hands together to your right hip. Let them sit there and then press the palms against each other. Good. Keep the spine tall and then from there, right ear to the right shoulder. 3 breaths. Long, steady breathing. The pause gives you the chance to study yourself, to observe without needing to judge or change or fix anything. We practice self-study, introspection. Then we come back, releasing the arms behind you, shake them a little. Good, and now yes, we are going to move towards the hands and knees. So we move towards the tabletop, and if you need padding for your knees, please add a blanket or anything that you may need. From here through the tabletop, first thing that we are going to do is again an activation of the core. So we are going to bring the floating ribs in, the outer hips are moving into the midline, and from here keeping the crown of the head lengthening the same as the line of your spine, we're going to send the right leg up and back and the left arm forward. If this is too much for you, you can use your left fingertips on your mat and just keep a little bit of that challenge in the balance, but not being so much, okay? In this one, we tend to drop the belly and arch a lot in the lower back. So lift through the abdomen, hips in, and extending, we are creating like an arrow shape. One more breath. And then we release, and we go to the second side. Firming the hip bones in, lifting from the pelvic floor up into your navel, lengthening the ribs down. Left leg goes up and back, right arm goes forward, the thumb is pointing up. Notice if you're arching a lot in that lower back, see if you can lift it from there. If you notice that, from that place, lift the abdomen, hug those hips in, lengthen through the crown of the head, and then we release. Good, let's move a little bit the hips from side to side. Notice there if there's any tension. A few more side to side. Good. And then coming to the center, we take cat-cow. Inhaling, opening the front of the spine, lifting the sacrum and the heart. Exhaling, navel into the spine, rounding the chin, bringing the chin into the heart. And then again, inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhaling. Exhale. Good. Then we'll keep the hips over the knees. We'll extend the arms towards the head of your mat. And if you want, or if it's okay for you, with your fingertips on the mat, push the floor away and bring your chest towards the mat. This doesn't mean that your chest has to touch down all the way. We're just trying to open the chest there, shoulder blades in. I'm trying to also feel that opening in my armpits. Maybe your chin touches down, maybe the forehead, maybe nothing. You can also put a block if you need it. One more breath. And then we slowly walk ourselves back. Good. We'll go back to the action that we did before. Inhaling, lifting abdomen, firming the hips, and the right leg up and back. Left arm comes forward, thumb is pointing up. And now we are going to add bending the right knee, trying to lift that leg a little. Left arm comes back. There's no need to catch the foot if the hand doesn't get there. You can actually work on that left hand coming to your hip, lifting abdomen and core and keeping that knee up. Or if you hold, then you have there the hook. One breath. Then we re-extend and release. Shake it a little, and we go to the second side. Inhaling, left leg goes up and back. Zip up that belly, extend the right arm, thumb pointing up. Option of staying here, bending the knee, maybe lifting a little more, or sending the hand back. If it catches the foot, it does. If it's not happening, hand to hip, and you can stay there, okay? Zip that belly up, lift through the chest. Then we re-extend and we release. Good, let's shake it a little. Widen your knees, come with the sitting bones towards your heels like a child's pose. Release the head down, bend your elbows, take 3 breaths. This is more passively opening your lower back, so take a few breaths here. Reset. One more. Good, and then we slowly lift, keeping this shape of the child's pose. I'm not going to come all the way to the tabletop and I'm not totally back, so I'm a little bit in between. Left hand, I'm going to place it down like if I'm doing the tabletop, but with my right arm, we are going to actively inhale, opening the chest. Exhaling, we thread the right arm to the left. I'm not going to stay, we come back up. Inhaling, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, Exhale. Last one. Good. We come back. That same side, right side, I'm going to turn the palm to face up and I'm going to put it behind my pelvis. I'm lifting my abdomen, okay? So now we have a different rotation for the arm. It's an internal rotation. I'm putting that palm behind. And 3 times we're going to open again to the right. Inhaling, exhaling, this time facing down towards your mat. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Good. Now we reset that right hand down and we go with the left side. 5 times. We inhale, left, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Go with your breath. Long, steady exhale. Good. We come back and with that left palm, I'm going to turn it and I'm going to let it face up. I'm going to put it behind the pelvis, lift the navel into that hand, and then 3 times we inhale to the left, exhale, inhale. Last one. Good. We release. Beautiful. From here, we're going to move the knees a few inches behind the hips. Check the position of your palms. Let them be grounded and with nice space for the shoulders to be open. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees off the mat and send your sitting bones wide and tall towards the ceiling. Here, we try to really activate the arms as much as we can, releasing the head and the neck, without forcing the neck down, but just letting it float. And from there, keeping the knees bent, for now we are just trying to activate the core a little bit more, those ribs in, sitting bones up towards the ceiling, push that mat away. Good, and then pedal your feet just a couple of times. So extend one heel towards the back of your mat, then the other. If you hear some clicking or cracking like I'm doing, that's normal, opening areas in the body. Self-observation. One more, pedaling from side to side. Good, and now we are going to walk our feet a little closer to the hand. So I'm going to say 1 foot distance in or more or less. It's a short downward facing dog. You can bend your knees if you need. And I'm going to send my left hand to the outer side of my heel, shin, or ankle, okay? And from there, I'm going to push the mat away and create a twist coming towards that right side window in between the arm and the leg. Just 2 breaths. Pushing that mat away. If you need to bend the knees, you do so. If you need to have the heels a little high, it's fine too. Then we slowly return. And we go the other way, right hand to the outer side of your foot, ankle, or shin. And then you bring yourself towards that leg, twisting to the left, push the mat away with that left arm. One last breath. Good, and then we slowly return. Walk your feet towards your hands. Bend your knees a little, keep the feet hip distance apart. Hands to your shins or a block if you have it there. Inhaling, we lift halfway. Lift the navel in. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, fold. Again, inhaling halfway. Opening the clavicles. Exhale. And in the last one, pressing through the feet, we come all the way up. Our Ardha Hastasana, arms overhead. And we exhale, releasing the arms. Beautiful. Before I come back to the top of my mat, you can stay where you are. The same standing posture that you have. We are going to keep the left hand touching the left thigh. Inhale your right arm up. And side bending, we go to the left, opening that whole right side, trying to bring the chest and the belly up towards the ceiling. You can also just hold that left hip if it feels easier. Then we inhale, we come up, releasing that arm. Let's go with the second side. Inhaling, left arm up, press through the feet, in, lift through the inner legs, all the way we go to the right. Belly and chest, they are spinning up towards the ceiling or the skies. Try to bring your glutes into your body and press the floor away to come up. Good, and we release. Beautiful. Now from the top of the mat where we were, let's go with a little bit of a sun salutation. Inhaling, arms up overhead. Exhaling, we fall, bending the knees if you need. Hands to shins, inhaling halfway. Exhaling, we fold. Press through the feet, inhale all the way up. We go down again, exhale. Inhale halfway. And with the exhale, send your right leg back, right knee comes down. We are going to come up, lace the fingers, and just put them on top of your left thigh. And press that thigh away, and you can let the pelvis shift forward, but I also want you to firm the hip bones into the midline of the pelvis, lift from the pelvic floor, lengthen through the spine, and keep the chest open. So less of a back bend in the lower back, more activation from the front, okay? One more breath. Then we inhale, arms up overhead. We're going to keep the arms here, tuck your back toes if they are not, tone the inner legs and lift the left knee, the right knee, sorry, off the mat. Inhaling here again, less of a lower back bend and more of lifting from the front. One last breath. Good, then we open the arms to the cactus shape only for one breath. Good, inhale, arms up. Exhale, put the hands down, bring your right foot forward and fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale. Press through the feet, inhaling, arms up. We go down again, Uttanasana, exhale. Inhale, half. Exhale, send the left leg back, left knee comes down. Again, we lace the fingers, we put the hands on top of that right thigh, lift through the belly. You can let the pelvis shift forward. And from that abdominal area, lift off your right thigh. Relax the shoulders down. I have my toes tucked for the next posture, and it helps me release weight on my left knee, but it's your choice. You can untuck the toe if you want. Stay there for one more breath. Then we'll inhale, arms up overhead. Good. Firm the hips in, tone the inner legs, tuck the back toes, and lift the left knee off the mat. If your lower back is sensitive or the hamstring feels tight, then you bend that left knee a little more. Keep the chest open, lift from the abdomen up to the sternum. Yeah, then we open to the cactus shape, one breath. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, release. And we'll send the right leg back to downward facing dog. Pedal your feet a few times. Heels don't need to be touching down. You can keep the knees bent or hug the knees more into the backs of your legs and the quads into the bones to lengthen and extend a little more, okay? Then we'll bring the feet together in the back of your mat. So let them touch. And from there, we inhale into the plank pose. And we exhale, we go back. Two more. Inhaling. Exhale. One more. In this one, we'll bring the knees down. Try to keep the shoulders without dropping. We come all the way down to the mat. Good. Extending through the legs. We're going to roll the shoulders back, lifting to the cobra, forward and up. Exhale. Good. Let's go to a child's pose. 3 breaths. Let it all go. Release for a moment. Good. And then we press again through the palms, tuck your toes. We go back up, downward facing dog. Settle again in that shape. Ribs in. Let the chest come towards your thighs. Bending knees if needed. Bring the feet again towards each other. Good. Bring your right toes behind your left heel and press it back towards the back of your mat. So we are pushing a little bit, pressing down and back to open up the back of that left leg. And then we switch. Left toes behind the right heel, pressing back and down. Relax the head. Good, bring the feet again close to each other. Let's go from here. Inhaling, right leg up. Good, hollow that belly. Bring the right foot forward in between the hands. Tone the inner legs. We come up to the high crescent. Hands together into the heart. Good, let's bring the left elbow to the right side. Press the palms into one another. See if you can lift the chest a little higher. One more breath, long, steady. Right shoulder blade moves in towards the back of your heart. Good, we come back. Arms up. Lace the fingers behind the lower back. Roll the shoulders like we did in the beginning and see if you can move those arms a little further away from the back of your body. Good. Arms up overhead. Exhaling to downward facing dog. Inhaling to plank. Exhale lower through the knees or all the way. Inhaling cobra, lift up. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Second side. Feet together. Inhale, left leg up. Hollow that belly. Left foot comes forward. Tone the inner legs. If it doesn't come all the way, you bring it with your hand. You catch the back, the calf muscle, and you bring it there. Good. Tone the inner legs. We come up. Crescent lunge. Hands to heart. Good. Keep lifting from the bottom of the pelvic floor. Right elbow goes to the left. Hook that elbow or you put it on top of your thigh and then press the palms into one another. Press that left big toe onto the mat. See if you can spin the chest up to the skies. Last breath here. Left shoulder blade moving in behind the heart. Slowly we return, arms up. Again, arms behind the lower back. One more time, opposite thumb. Roll the shoulders, open up the chest. Send the arms a little further back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling plank. Exhale, come down. Cobra or a little further if you want. Downward facing dog. Good. Knees down, child's pose. Relax the sitting bones towards the heels. Soften everything. We'll take a little less than a minute here to reset. Taking a few breaths. The opportunity to bring that quality. What has yoga taught you about yourself? Bring that back. Use it to inform your practice. And remember that each and every single moment in your daily life, it's an opportunity for self-study, introspection, and perhaps break old patterns that are not benefiting our lives. Two more breaths. One more long, steady. And then slowly coming to a sit, we'll actually tap the toes so we can come up. And we're going to use the length of the mat. So we are going to widen the feet, and if you can, you go to the back edge of your mat so you know for sure that your feet are lined up. You widen them so I have my heels touching the back line of my mat, and I'm going to try and make my toes come a little further in than the heels. So the heels are a little out, pigeon toe, the toes in, and from here we are going to take what it's called a wide, very wide downward facing dog. So I'm going to inhale, arms up overhead. We're going to lengthen through the sides. Same actions as we do when we do the down dog. I'm going to come towards the floor. And once I come there, I'm going to walk my hands a little further so I can feel that form like the down dog, right? So I'm pressing through the hands to push my sitting bones up and back and away from each other. Press through the outer edges of your feet. Lift the energy through the inner legs. Relax the head in between the arms. Take a few breaths. If you feel your lower ribs popping out, see if you can bring them into your body. Two more breaths. Good, and then walk your hands towards your mat again, towards your feet. Put the hands on your hips, pressing through the feet. Lengthen through the spine and the sternum, shoulders back. Press and come up. Beautiful. Let's heel toe the feet. If you have a blog or a book or something that you can use as support, have it close by in case you need it. We are going to use the length of the mat again, opening the right foot to the right. So the right side of your mat, the toes are pointing there, and then I'm opening the left leg back, parallel, the foot is parallel to the back end of my mat. I guess you can see there in case. Good, we're going to put the block behind the right shin or the right foot in case you need it there. Both legs are extended or straight. I'm pressing through the feet. And I am going to make my right knee point towards my second toe on the right foot, okay? We inhale, we extend the arms. Before we come into the triangle pose, let's play a little. Right arm up, like we did in the beginning. Bend the elbow and let the palm touch the back of your chest. And imagine you're pulling that arm towards the left, okay? So you bring that elbow in. The left one, I'm going to make the thumb face down, and I'm going to bend that elbow also and bring it behind. You don't need the bell here. We are not staying too long. It's okay if the fingers don't touch. Just lift the chin off the chest, zip up that belly, and let's play just a little bit before we extend the arms going towards the right, like if you're taking the triangle, and then taking it back. Good, two more. Inhale, Keep the chest and the belly facing up the ceiling, towards the ceiling and back. And one more. Good. Release the arms. And now we extend like our usual triangle pose. Your hand can go to the block or it can go to the shin. Left arm goes up, lengthening through the sides. See if you can bring those floating ribs in, lengthening through the crown of the head. If the neck is uncomfortable, you can gaze down towards your right toes. Good. Tone the glutes towards the front of your pelvis. Tone the inner right leg. One more breath. Good. Then the left hand will come into the left hip. Catch your block or the support that you have. Bring your back leg a little closer. We are going to try and go into a balance. If you're not balancing today, you can stay here in the triangle. It's all good. Or you can just touch your toes down, okay? If you're going into the balance, with your block, you come a little further and pressing into that right foot. You can keep the right knee bent. We're going to come towards the half moon. And trying to spin the chest and the belly up. And if you want, you add the left arm going up. That left leg is very toned. The glutes are squeezing towards the front of the pelvis. And then slowly returning back towards the triangle. Press through your feet. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Last side. Move your block if you have one to the other side. Now I'm opening the left foot to the left, turning the right foot in. These standing postures are very good for lower back and to create a lot of space in your body. So don't worry if you're not going into the full balance, it's all good. We are coming with both legs straight. We are pressing through the feet, extend the arms. Navel lifts up, so I'm using the bottom of the pelvic floor to lift the energy. Good, and now I'm going to send that left arm up, bending the elbow like we did in the beginning. Imagine like when we did this action of pulling it in. Same idea here. Now I'm going to turn my right thumb down. I'm bending the elbow, bringing that arm behind me. I'm not worried about my fingers interlacing or touching at all. I'm just taking the chin off the chest, keeping those legs super strong. 3 times. We are going to inhale, coming towards the triangle. Then come back. Good, 2 more. Last one. Nice. Re-extending both arms. Good. Tone again those legs. Turn that left knee so it's pointing towards your second toe. Lengthen the side. And you take your shin or block to lengthen into the triangle form. Shoulders gently back. Spin the belly up and the chest. And remember, you can stay here. You can turn the gaze down towards your toes. If the neck feels uncomfortable, remember we are practicing, self-study. Right hand comes into the right hip. I'm going to use the block as a support if I'm coming into the balance. And I'm going to bend my front knee and bring that back foot a little closer. And then from there, I'm traveling with my block, lifting through that right leg, toning through the inner left leg, even if my knees bend. And I'm trying to really squeeze my glutes into each other, spinning the chest up and taking that right arm up if it's going there. Wiggling and falling off, it's normal and fine. No judgment. Be a calm observer. Loving awareness. Right hand goes back to the hip, bending the knee. Slowly coming back towards that triangle. Good, release the arms, bring that left foot in, heel toe the feet, shake it a little, you made it. Good, let's take a squat. Give me 1 second, sorry. Good, let's take a squat here, widening the feet a little, toes out, and you come down. The feet can be as wide as you need. You can also use a block under the sitting bones as support. This can be a very good way to practice the squat. And you just put the arms in between the legs and stay here for 3-4 breaths. Softening, releasing, letting those hips drop. One more long, steady breath. Good, and then if you have the block, you just slide it out with your hands. You can bring them behind so you can sit, extending the legs, shake them a little. Good. We come again to the length of our mat from here, and we are going to keep your block, one block or something similar close by so we can use it later. We are going to come onto our backs first. Take a moment here, releasing the back onto your mat. Bring your right foot on top of your left thigh. Don't lift anything yet. First, take a breath here. Notice if there's any tension in the outer hips or hamstring. If this is already engaging a lot in your body, stay here where you are. If you are okay, going a little further, bring the knees towards the chest. Place your fingers behind the left thigh because we are going to try and extend that left leg up to the ceiling. If you're doing this version, try to send your right knee away from your chest. Relax the shoulders. 3 breaths here. Try to ground the back of your pelvis on your mat. Good. Then slowly bend the left knee, release the hands, reset that first shape. Take the right foot out. Good. Let's switch. Left foot comes on top of the right thigh. 1 breath here without doing anything. Just notice hamstring, hips, any pulling. If you are okay in here, bring the knees a little closer. Thread the fingers behind that right thigh. And option to extend the right leg. As you do that, both feet are active, left knee is moving away from the chest. Steady breathing, soft, smooth. Then bending the right knee slowly. Take that foot down, release the arms, and put that left foot down on your mat. For a moment here, we'll put the soles of the feet together, hands onto your belly or pelvis. Drop the elbows, the shoulders. 3 breaths. Study your breath, a chance as you are slowing down to notice where is your breath going. Can you direct it to access maybe areas that you usually don't think of? Then slowly with your hands, bring your knees back towards each other and make your feet wide. So put them towards the edges of your mat. We are going to windshield wiper the legs several times. Your arms can be in a cactus shape or extended out to the sides of in your room. Just let both knees drop to the left, then back to center and to the right. Back to center and to the left. Back to center, to the right. One more time, one way, and then the other. Good, and we're going to add one more, but with a little bit, an extra twist. So we go again to the left, and if it's possible in your body, left foot comes on top of your right knee. And from here, we let the chin go to the right. If the left side in your neck feels tense or it's not appropriate, then you keep the head in the center. Don't push your right leg down, just let the left leg with gravity bring that other side down. Softening the muscles in your face, relaxing your jaws and tongue. Slowly release the left foot, take it out of that right leg, bring both knees up, reset your hips if you need, bring both knees to the right, and perhaps right foot goes on top of that left knee, chin to the left. One more breath. Good, and take that right foot out, bring both knees back to the center. Okay, two options here before we come to the end. One is to use your block for what we call Viparita Karani, or the legs up the wall, but without the wall. So we'll put the block under the pelvis and we'll elevate the legs. If you have a wall close by and you want to use it, then it's a very, very good way to reset and come towards the end of the practice. That would be bringing your hips close to the wall and sideways. You can always have a pillow underneath. And usually what I do for myself when I'm going to use the wall is to use my hands behind me to walk myself up the wall and then release my body there. So this is one option. I'm going to show the other one for the class purpose. So you can come onto your back. If you have a block or a book or anything with some elevation, you put it underneath the pelvis. It's at the very end of your spine, so it's not in your lower back. It should be very much where the back line starts. And then from there, I'm moving my shoulders away from the ears, and one at a time, you can send your legs up. We are staying for 3 breaths, trying to drop the pelvis, relax the arms, making sure that there's a curve behind your neck. So I'm not flattening that curve, I'm letting it be as it is. The back of the skull is dropping, the shoulder blades come a little closer. Drop into the support. Good, and then slowly bending the knees. Place your feet back down on your mat if you were on the block in this version that I was showing. If you are with your legs at the wall and you really like it and you feel like it's giving you a nice release, you can stay there for the remainder of the class, which will be the Shavasana time. If you are not using the wall, then find any props, anything that you want to add to your body before coming down to rest. I'll guide a little bit of the Shavasana and then I'll tell you when we get out of it. So don't worry about not hearing any sounds. So in Shavasana, what we call corpse pose, we invite our whole body physically to rest. So, like I said, come into your back, relax the back of your skull, your shoulders, the chest, the arms, the hips, the legs, and the feet. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes, take off your glasses. If you regularly have them, they are not needed. If you don't like closing your eyes, you can gaze up towards the skies. Just let this whole practice sink into your body. Drop deeper each time you exhale. To have this experience be part of your introspection, moving closer and closer to the big self, the essence of who you are. Receive a deep inhalation through your nose. Let it all go through your mouth. Exhale big. Slowly invite your fingers to start moving, perhaps your toes. Find a way to reanimate your body slowly. Sorry. Maybe moving your head gently from side to side. Just a few times to notice the neck, the upper back after the practice. Maybe rolling your feet or moving your hands. You can also bend your elbows and place your palms on your abdomen, or just extend the arms overhead and take a stretch. Try and keep your face soft, your eyes kind. When you feel ready to bend the knees and place your feet on the mat, do so. Roll over to your right side. Don't rush. I'm still here. We are still here. Pausing is the opportunity to come to the source of everything. When you're ready to sit up, and we come to this seat that we encountered as we enter the practice as well. So we close this circle, this cycle together the same way, in gratitude, sitting tall, bringing the palms together into the heart center. So many things to be grateful for. Your physical body, ready, committed to be in this practice. Your emotions, your mind, your intellect, ready to learn and make of this experience a journey towards knowing yourself. The practice that is here for us to take it, the opportunity to be connected in this way, even if it's not physically together in the same room. And gratitude to all our teachers in our lives. I hope to see you again in the next offering. Thank you so much for being here. Let's close with the Om sound one time, inhaling deeply through the nose. Big exhale. Then breathing in again. Namaste. Thank you.